is such a special place. You can be from anywhere in the world and you'll be welcomed with open arms.
We're here today to learn about easy food, something that we're both excited about, and I know you both are mega excited about. Harm Jeewan, welcome to Breaking Bread. How you doing?
Yeah, thanks for having us on again, guys.
I was going to say, everyone knows Harm, been on before. Oh, you didn't see him the last time, so we're going to treat it like new. Welcome back on, mate.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back on, and thanks for the opportunity to show what we're bringing to the Birmingham food scene and national food scene as well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be global. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Jeevan will just do a quick introduction on what we are and what we do, and I'll talk about the benefits, what we've seen, and what we want to do for the local independent restaurant scene.
Yeah, cool. Let's start with Jeevan, and let's tell us how you get involved.
Yeah, so my name's Jeevan. I'm one of the co-founders of Easy Food. The journey started many, many years ago, so it wasn't all smooth and plain sailing. We started off in 2005, 2006. So we were at the very early start of when the internet was taking off in this sector. More and more things were becoming available online, and we thought, you can order everything online. But I think we were craving a KFC at the time, so it'd be great if you could get a KFC online. So me and my business partner decided to scour the web and see if there's anything like it online. Couldn't find anything, and we thought we can make this. My background's in computing and IT, and his was in business, and we put our heads together and started to compose this. And this is one of our early machines. So we basically were the nutty professors of our time, walking around, knocking on restaurants' doors and saying, this is the future. And restaurants used to pretty much laugh us out the door, saying, who's going to turn their computer on? Why wouldn't they just pick up their wired handset at home and dial the order in? So we were trying to convince them, no, this is it. So this used to have an antenna. So this is like your old Nokia brick phone. And so we had that custom made. And that was one struggle of convincing people, let down over and over again with IT companies. Eventually we put our own IT company together. So we own Easy Marketing. And then along the technology struggles and educating the market, we had a big fella called EasyJet coming after us saying that this is our brand. And we said, no, this is our brand. So we had pretty much an 8-year legal battle with Stelios regarding the brand, and that came to fruition in 2017, 2018. We'd won in High Court, and then Stelios invited us in for a Super Dragons Den style meeting, and we did some backwards and forwards and negotiated. First thing was we said we're not for sale. He said, well, surely you're looking for investors. We said yes, we're always looking for investors, and he made us some offers. We took some good guys with us around to help us with the negotiations. Rather than the back of the wall, we went to another boardroom, and there's me, my business partner, one of our mentors, and our legal team, and pretty much everyone was saying nope, 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 and I was the only one thinking I thought it was a pretty good deal. So I'm gonna have to go back and sit down and say sorry, but no deal. And then pretty much said, okay, well, what don't you like about this deal? And I said, well, X, Y, Z, and he said, and he's very hands-on, so he's got on and started to do the heads of terms and agreed. And as we got to know him, he's a really, really good mentor, really good business partner to work with. The only thing I would probably regret now, which he might see this video and say, is I should have asked for a boat as well, and maybe but and we didn't understand the power of the Easy brand until we became part of the Easy family of brands. And once we got in there, the doors flung open. So dealing with big brands and getting in with big players. I mean, to give you an example, Stripe, we had a marketplace solution with Stripe, and we were trying to get in with other banks before then. But Stripe said, oh, we've got a solution. It's reserved for companies turning over £100 million plus, which we said we're not. We're still a little startup. But said, because of the power of the brand, we're going to grant you this. We know where this is heading. So from this little device with the technology side, we moved to, and now the market's catching up. So you've probably seen the more Android-based terminals coming about. And I think in the last 12 months, the real turning point was getting in partnership with people like Clover, Ingenico, Verifone, Castle, Nax. We've been speaking to all of them, and some of them have actually come through. So already we've got Clover that's come through, so which is the app now works on all Clover devices. We've teamed up with Clover and NatWest to deliver the Clover solution, with Castle, with Ingenico, with Pax. So it means when one of our franchisees or one of our sales guys goes into a restaurant, they're not having to try and sell you more piece of kit. You've already got a packed table full of different terminals, and they're pretty much playing drums with all these different terminals, saying, which one's ringing, which one isn't. So we thought, look, very easy. Easy Food's free to join. There's no monthly cost. And now you can use your existing technology to download our simple to use app where you can manage your menus, your items, change the prices, do promos, everything's at your fingertips. So we've come a long way from there in terms of technology. We've come a long way with the journey since we started out going through the tech headaches and the legal headaches to get to a good position. I had lots of debates in the team regarding the struggle with taking this business into a franchise model, because everyone said, no, do it head office, we'll keep all the money. I said, no, I want to make sure the restaurants get a really good service. By making it into a franchise model and having a franchise who has a vested interest in the success of that restaurant, we can make sure that restaurant's getting the best treatment. So rather than just being a digit on a CRM, someone just coming in and checking on you once in a while, a franchisee, if your numbers start to drop, the franchise is going to be knocking on your door saying, how can I help you? What can we do in terms of promos to help you get back up? And when you're doing well, it's giving you a tap on the back to say, well done, and taking the learnings and giving it to other restaurants to help them on their journey as well. So
I'm just wondering in terms of year, what year was it that you started on the journey?
2006.
What was there was none of the other big brands were around at the time?
Just had come across from Denmark, and when we were doing the search, we didn't come across them. We only found out about them later on, but we found out they started at the similar sort of time. So they were good. They came over, and I mean, credit to Just Eat. They've done a good job. They educated the market, in my view, on helping restaurants where we were getting, thinking, what is this nutty professor doing? Over the years, they've stuck to it and educated the market and, won the monopoly on there. But with the monopoly, we needed to add competition's good to make sure that restaurants are getting a fairer deal.
So you would say that's the reason why you thought, even though it's already been done, you're going to carry on with it anyway and pursue it. And
is our baby. We'd basically put a lot of time in before we found out about Just Eat, or till that date, we'd put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. Not just on the hardware and the technology side, it was on the legal battle side as well. Because we didn't go up against Stelios once in court, is about 5 times over. Yeah. So it is a hard journey.
I would say it's because you care about the restaurants. You feel like this is a fair model for the restaurants. It was. We will get to in more detail when we speak to Harm. But
yeah, well, 100%. Because obviously on that side, we always had it in like our first. We've tweaked the model a few times. So before it was not just about the restaurant, but about the consumer as well. So with most outfits, they charge a service fee on the takeaway and restaurant side. We don't charge a service fee on Easy Food. We've aligned ourselves fully with the brand. So the same great values that the Easy brand bring you, we've stuck to that. So it's free to order from the Easy Food app on takeaways and restaurants. On grocery stores, we leave it to the discretion for grocery stores because we don't want them pulling up a big margin to try and cover the cost. So we say that you can add a small charge there if need be, but on the takeaways and restaurants, it's strictly no. And for the restaurant side, it's again saving the money, making sure they get a fair deal. If you hike the prices up, something has to give. So it's either going to be the consumer's going to suffer or the restaurant owner's going to suffer. Something has to give. And I'll give you an example of that is as you start to creep the prices up, restaurants aren't silly. They know that we don't want to go bust. So we're going to pass this cost on to the consumer. So the consumer prices go up. So you'll see some big brands, some very big brands that you'll see out there. If you walk into the restaurants, you'll see one price. If you go online, you'll see a slightly higher price. Well, not even slightly, sometimes 30% up. They're trying to get exactly what they're getting charged back out. If it's not that, you'll get smaller portion sizes. Again, I don't want to be dropping names, but we know a very healthy burger chain that's got a special burger designed for the online market. That's a smaller bun size that it has a smaller breast of chicken, just to cut a corner, just try and save money there. And then from the wholesale industry, we know that restaurants are sourcing cheaper grade food. So somewhere, either customers getting inflated prices, poorer grade food, smaller portion sizes, or the restaurant, if the restaurant takes a hit on it, sooner or later, they're going bump.
I think every restaurant owner will kind of listen to that and resonate because so much of their time and sleepless nights is spent worrying about balancing the books. As passionate as they are about food, and that's what's got them there in the first place, you've got to balance the books. And when some of the other apps are charging a percentage of 30 to 40%, that's the kind of margin. You can't just claw that back from increasing your prices. So I think you're absolutely right.
With balancing the books as well, and money, cash flow is king. And unlike others where they sit on the money, gain interest and hold it on for as long as possible, when you're on board with Easy Food, it's obviously it's free, there's no monthly cost, but at the same time, we get you to open up a sub account through Stripe. So you have your own merchant account, funds are available to you straight away. When the order's placed, we take our little clip and the rest is passed on available to the restaurant to withdraw at their leisure.
And that's it's quite a useful point actually to make about the cash flow. And again, every restaurant owner will agree that when you're selling a product, if you've got to wait 2 to 3 weeks for that money to come in, it's very difficult to manage, especially if you have a couple of quieter weeks inside, for example, and it's come up to end of the month payroll or it's your VAT quarter. It's very difficult to manage. What we found at the Covered Wagon, every Sunday evening, I would do a download. So I always knew Sunday evening, by Monday morning, by the time I woken up, the money was in my account, and I could account for those weekly transactions. I could analyze, okay, we had a good week, we had a bad week online, and the money there, you can reconcile it in the background. And that's how you can plan your business. At the moment in this environment, it's about stability. And then once you've got that stability, that's when you can look at avenues and how to grow and how to be better at what you do in terms of food quality, service quality, premises. And that's what we really want to get restaurants and independents to think about. When you're running a business, you shouldn't always be trying to keep the bailiffs away. It should be a great, exciting thing, following your passion and providing great food and great service and having something to show at the end of it. So yeah, that's really helped us actually, that cash flow.
How's it gone down when you've visited restaurants and told them about the app? Have they jumped on it straight away?
Yeah, so we have a 70% success rate. So people that find out about it first, it takes them a couple of seconds for the penny to drop that you're part of the wider group with EasyJet and Easy Hotel and Easy Gyms. That actually is part of the same gig. Well, independent entities, but still part of the same family of brands. That we tick the boxes, fairer deal, recognized brand. And there's lots of small brands setting up shop and doing it. And again, I'll give credit to them to get onto the scene and help the restaurant industry. But there's not a big enough brand behind them. Now, some of the big boys have spent millions, if not billions of pounds creating a brand. The same is true for Stelios, spending billions of pounds creating a recognized brand. The brand recognition is 98% throughout Europe. There's 90 million flights that are flying with EasyJet, a 200 million customer base. So what we've got right now is laying down the foundations and getting enough coverage so we can leverage the power of the brand to then start to be on the back of boarding passes and in the back of your pillow, should I say, in your Easy Hotel. Sneaking a little chicken tikka underneath your pillow. But I think we're about to annoy the competitors a little bit more. Well, not the direct competitors, but the industry, because we don't stop. I don't think we sleep either, but we're always innovating. And the next phase is to allow table reservation, table booking, allow restaurants to have the whole EPOS solution, the kiosk systems, without having to break the bank. So we're making one app, and when you log into it, it'll ask you what you'd like it to behave as. Either behave as a kiosk, similar to what McDonald's has got, or a kitchen display unit, or we call it an arrivals board, but to say order number 82 is ready, your advertisement board, your menu board, your till system. So just putting all of the latest tech in. And we're also going to help restaurants with their stats to say what you may think is your most profitable item may not always be the case. Now, you haven't taken your labor into account, so we can time how long you're taking for prep time. When you start packing and finish packing, we can then give you your full reports and stats there. When it comes to delivery, you probably see a lot of guys hanging around the takeaways with the bags, and them bags aren't always empty. They're multi-apping. They're taking orders from X, Y, and Z and filling up that bag and then going on their journey. And we've partnered up with a reliable delivery partner, and we offer a priority delivery service. So a restaurant can do their own delivery, like Harm, he does his own delivery. But if you opted for Easy Food delivery, we only do one pickup and one drop off, meaning that your food's getting to you quicker and in good shape, and hopefully good temperature as well.
Yeah, I've got to admit, when you see making a stop first, and you're like, oh, come on, where's
They've
the
lost
stop
they've lost
at?
the weight.
And then have the cheek to charge you extra if you want priority.
Yeah,
What,
yeah,
what? What's that about? I'm already paying you for my delivery.
yeah. I think Easy Food, we are predominantly, we're here for the restaurants, but we're here for the consumers as well. And as Jeevan touched on, the service fees. I mean, we've all kind of been there. You're ordering a burger meal. By the time you're checking out, from £12, including your priority delivery and your service fees, you're at £18, £19. But you're invested in that burger now. You've chose the extra cheese. You've chose the extra pickles.
You've been thinking
Yeah,
about it.
you really want that
I
burger.
can't wait for this burger now.
So you're not going to back out. But you end up paying over the odds for what something that shouldn't really have been that expensive. So with Easy Food, priority delivery every single time, one order, one delivery, one customer, no service fees at all. So your delivery fee is what the consumer pays. So typical of the Easy brand, isn't it really, Jeevan, that it's better service for better value. And that's what we want to get across to everybody. My journey started with Jeevan 5 years ago, possibly.
Harmond was our guinea pig.
Yeah, we did a lot of the testing. So, yeah, I've known Jeevan for a very long time, and he approached me and told me what they've been working on for all this. I remember him telling me about that initial meeting with Stelios and the lawyers, and sitting across a boardroom table with a billionaire who's done this hundreds of times. It's quite intimidating.
Yeah,
but the fact that these guys came out of that with the result they wanted showed me either they're better negotiators than Stelios, which I doubted because he knows what he's doing, or what they've got as a product is unbelievable. So Jeevan approached us at the Covered Wagon and said, right, this is what we're doing. Let's see in a physical location. You see how it works from a restaurant perspective, and we'll do all the back end, and we can also monitor it on your customer basis as well. So we tested everything, from the real early days, from when orders were coming through, but we couldn't print them, and we were on the call center for help and chasing.
Cut.
And, but we learned the hard way,
I said, he was our guinea pig.
But it was good fun all the way through, and to the point where we were talking about font size on the tickets. Is it readable for the chefs? Because you've got to think of a practical kind of view. There's no point of a tech guy coming into a restaurant and telling a restaurant owner what to do, unless you've been in a restaurant day to day and you have that restaurant knowledge. So we were more than willing to help, and we went through a couple of years of that, and we even had surprise secret visits from Stelios' right-hand man.
Yep.
He would just turn up randomly from central London.
They still talk about it, and they still want to come back, and they love the food.
Oh, really? Yeah, amazing. We just had him turn up one afternoon, introduce himself. I'm Stelios' right-hand man. I've come to test the Easy Food system. He downloaded the app there and then on his phone, put the order through, and lo and behold, ticket came straight through. He had the machine in one hand and the ticket printed out. And then once we'd kind of got through that testing phase, as Jeevan touched on the franchise, he presented me with the opportunity to have the West Midlands franchise for Easy Food. And after the testing phase, we adopted Easy Food as our choice of online ordering partner. Everything was there. All the technology was there in terms of customers registering accounts, creating accounts, saving your bank details, your address. And that took a massive headache off us. We didn't have to try and create something, or we were trying to run a restaurant here. Easy Food were our provider. And then we started doing an analysis on the figures, what we were paying in terms of our commission, not our fixed fee to Easy Food, and what the commission would have been to some of the other apps. And it was just mind blowing, wasn't it, Jeevan? It was ridiculous that.
To give you an idea, like if you went through a competitor, you can pay up to 40%. 40% would have turned out to be, I think, average they were hitting about 1,200 orders on a slow month. 2,000 was on a busy month. To the slow month, 1,200 orders. That would have on our fixed fee of £1.50 per order to the restaurant, not to the consumer, free for the consumer. Yeah. That came out around £1,800. The same order, that £50,000 turnover would have been more like £20,000 in commission. And then that's on, not to mention the £5,000 a consumer would pay as a service fee. So it's free for them. Great experience from the restaurant, and they can give you discounts. If you look at type in any postcode in Leicester right now, I think the whole network have put on 30% off. That's not from Easy Food. That's off their own back. Because saying, well, we're paying this to other companies anyway. We'd like to put this on to bring customers in, and then obviously they can do it when they can pick and choose. So in the olden days, there'll be buy one get one free on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you probably see a few less offers, but the slower days they want to try and get business in. Now it's the case of you'll see offers, but not real offers. They're just basically inflated and then brought down. Yeah.
And I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Jeevan. And what I saw in Easy Food was it was giving power back to the restaurants. So with the other apps, if you're giving 30 to 40% of your sales value, you're essentially giving 30 to 40% of your business away. What we've seen with Easy Food and the whole mission of Stelios and the brand of Easy and Jeevan and the rest of the team is to give that power back to the restaurants. And that's what really caught my eye in terms of being an ambassador for Easy Food and being really involved. So like you touched on with Leicester, these restaurant owners are able to give that 30% discount because they're back in control.
Yep.
They're back in control. Whereas on the other apps, if it's an £8 item and they've inflated it to £11, £12, they've done that just to cover that margin that they're getting hit with the 30, 40%. So they're not going to offer another 30% on that. They've only done it to try and offset what they're being charged. That's a great example of the restaurants have actually got control now. We can, on quieter days, because we know what our expenditure is going to be per order, we can adjust accordingly and put these offers out there for the consumer. That's a real life example, and that's what got me into it in seeing with how beneficial it was to us at Covered Wagon. And I've just kind of made it my mission now to try and help as many restaurants in Birmingham as we can. I think my ambitions and goals are very much aligned with Easy Foods and Jeevan Stelios's in that we want you guys to have control again. Why should these big corporations take so much of your business? You're the one doing all the hard work. You're in there day in, day out. You're in the kitchen. You're at the front of the house. You're having the sleepless nights. You're worrying about cash flow. So you deserve more control.
Definitely. It's worth saying as well, it's unquestionable to think that you can't be on any of these apps. You have to be on these apps now. You have to be on at least one delivery app. Or else you just throwing money away. Because I think I said at the start, I think I said to you when we had dinner a few weeks ago, was it something stupid like 90% of under 20-year-olds only order food through an app. If it's not on the app, they're not ordering it. It's like, Jesus,
incredible, isn't it?
That's mad.
Man, I don't leave the house for any
Okay,
food
you're
now. I
a prime
order
example.
everything. Like,
You're one of the older ones in that market. But
I know, yeah. I was like, we're not got anything fridge, right? Get the app out. I'm not going out to grab anything.
Yeah. You're not going to go out and browse, are you? Walk down the road and see, okay, pizza, kebabs, Indian. It's all there in front of you. I think Easy Food are leading the way technology wise as well. Some of the partnerships that Jeevan mentioned that they've agreed to. So, in terms of the Birmingham food scene, we've seen the impact it's made, and that's what we want to try and get the message across to other restaurant owners and takeaway owners, that you don't have to fight these battles. Really, there's a solution out there, and it's coming in a big way. That's not to say the consumer will miss out now, because as I said, there's no service fees. It's priority delivery every time, so it benefits.
And lots more promotions as well.
Yeah.
So because they've got the savings, but at the same time for restaurant owners, we're making it very easy for them to join. So they can use existing tablets, existing devices, their mobile phones, existing POS systems, or they can purchase from us or from anyone else a dedicated device. We're also integrated with lots of middleware partners, Otter, Deliverect, Rush Hour, Urban Piper. And what they do is they connect with hundreds, if not thousands, of different types of EPOS systems. So your existing network, you don't have to reinvent or change everything. You've got everything at your fingertips, and we're already there. So when a franchisee walks into that restaurant, the chances are they can plug into one of your existing pieces of tech or give you a dedicated piece of tech, as well as on your mobile phone or tablet or whichever device that you want.
Yeah. So Birmingham, just so you know, is live now with Easy Food. It's a Birmingham business as well, isn't it? Easy Food. Jeevan's from Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham. The HQ's in Birmingham. So
you're now in the office in King's Heath.
yeah, it's very much a Birmingham business,
yeah.
and we're very passionate about that, aren't we, Jeevan? That it's a second city nationally.
Yep.
But this is our first city. So Birmingham is live. There's restaurants on the app now live. Just to give you a time frame of where we are, over the next 4 weeks, it's all about recruiting the restaurants onto the platform. There's quite a few on there now at the minute, where we're working with our partners, getting everybody signed up. And then the consumer app is out there as well. That's ready to download. So if anybody wants to download the app, see what restaurants are available near them and order from those, you'll immediately start seeing the savings, as will the restaurant. But then there'll be a big national marketing push that's coming. And I don't want to give away too much at this moment, but you'll see Easy Food pretty much everywhere. Yeah, so that's where we are now. Restaurants are getting signed up, and the feedback we've had from the restaurants while we've been speaking to them, and again, it follows on from Jeevan's touches. We've been the West Midlands franchise holder. We're really giving a level of service to these guys, because from speaking to them, we've got the feeling that they've kind of fed up with some of the other apps. They started small and they had an account manager, but to get a response from anybody at these other apps, I've had it with from a consumer perspective as well. If there's been an order wrong, it's almost you can't talk to anybody. You've got to kind of follow the app through, and sometimes you don't get the resolution you want. But they're getting fed up of some of the other ones because there's just no communication there. But what we've got a team out there who are working with the sales, and we've got a separate team. Once somebody signed up and that restaurant is live, we've got another element that go out and speak with them one-to-one. Learn more about the business. We provide them with any kind of literature, window stickers, food ordering bags, delivery bags. We're working on what time the orders come in, where they're coming from, what products are selling better. So because we're West Midlands based as well, we're going to maintain this personal touch with all our restaurants, so they all have a point of contact as well.
We also put the number of restaurants on our site as well. So with most sites, you won't see the numbers. The reason why is if your fries are missing or your burger's cold, who'd you call? Not the Ghostbusters, but you're gonna call whoever the app that you've ordered from. They're gonna find the restaurants. The restaurant's gonna find them back. They're gonna find the customer. They want to try and keep the customer and that restaurant as far as possible.
Yeah.
Because when the restaurant gets on the phone, he's gonna be pleading, saying, "Please go to my own little website that I've made and order direct, or can you please phone in or come in and collect?" Because they're hurting. They want to try and bring that business back in. We put a number there, so we say, if you have a problem, here you go. And every time, and this is before in the starting, if any customer used to phone Harminder's restaurant, he say, "Can you go on the Easy Food app and order, please?" So it's the opposite effect that we had on Easy Food compared to where restaurants are saying, "Can you order direct?"
Yeah, we saw that in the early days actually. So if there's anyone out there who's not on any kind of online ordering app and they're taking delivery or collection orders over the phone, you'll know how much time that takes to have a member of staff answer the phone, take the order, repeat the order, take payment, double check payments gone through, then get a ticket, give it to the kitchen, make any changes on there, make sure it gets ordered, and then when the customer comes in, you have to have a process of where the customer goes for collection or where the delivery goes. And then there has to be somebody there to greet them, get the information off them, relay that back to the kitchen, get their order, bring it out. So as Jeevan said, we saw the simplicity of it and the time it was saving us and the labor costs it was saving us as well. That it was a big influence. And that's why when people would call up for a collection, we'd advise them, next time you can just do it online. It's easier for you. It's easier for us. And the fees are so reasonable. We knew exactly what we were paying and we were quite happy with that. It's doing the same things in some essence as the other apps, but so much different, isn't it?
We've also added the charity feature. So Stellis is back. He's a very giving person, and he's feeding around 250 to 300,000 people every month. He's just recently pledged nearly 850,000 euros to the children in Gaza as well. With Stellis to follow in his footsteps, we've actually incorporated into our app the way to donate food. So, and we don't want to take the credit for this. We want to give the credit to the restaurant owners and say, this restaurant's donated X number of meals this month. And that doesn't mean a lot of people queuing up for free meals. It means they can select, it's getting towards the end of the night, I've got enough food to feed another 12, 13 people. That was going to go into the bin or being disposed of. We can now help them reduce their food, their carbon footprint, food waste, and give it to the needy. They can simply just click a few buttons and don't send that beacon out to any food banks or any collection agencies that will come in, do their rounds and say, 4 meals from there, 8 meals from there, and distribute them to the people that need them.
Wow.
And then the good thing about that is putting that onto the restaurant site to say this restaurant has donated X number of meals. So right now we've got it, and then we'll be rolling that out across nationwide as well, teaming up with more and more food agencies.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And again, the credit is to the restaurants.
Yeah.
They're doing all the hard work here. They're preparing the food, and they're going to give it out
Yeah.
where needed. Yeah.
We don't want to say, oh, we've fed the excellent. I mean, Stelios can, because he does, and the Stelios Foundation does an amazing work for lots of different organisations. But this, what we've put in, is empowering, should I say, the restaurant owners and the takeaways to say, they want to give, but there's no mechanism. Who they're making phone calls around, or this is just exactly the same way how easy it's for you to order a takeaway. That's how easy we've made it. Actually, we've made it even easier because it's 3 clicks, number of people that you can feed today, and how long that's available for. Because it might be that you put it on available from 8 o'clock onwards, or it might be just an hour before you close, and that'll go out, and people that can get to you, that can come and collect that box of food. That's phase 1. Phase 2, we'll be doing it ourselves, putting in our own collection, guys, and go from there.
Massive plans. We get quite a lot of people in the industry who have restaurants and takeaways and stuff listening to this podcast. What's the best way for them to sign up? Is it to contact yourself, Harm?
It's phone Harm in there. I'll telephone number.
Yeah, phone the covered wagon.
Yeah. Put my personal number at the bottom.
We've made it so if you can create a PayPal account, it's that easy. If you can create an eBay account, it's that easy. So if you
So
go,
just sign up online.
yeah. So they can phone their. No doubt there'll be a local franchisee knocking on the door, their sales team, but they can just go onto easyfood.com, and there'll be a sign up section for them there, and they just follow the steps through, do their KYC so that they've got their own bank account there and then, and it's as simple as that. They can either select to use their own device or pick a device from us. That section is being revamped to add in all the growing number of partners that we've got. We don't want to confuse them too much, so just looking at the best way to position that. But it's very, very easy. Just for ukeasyfood.co.uk/sign up, or if they just go to easyfood.com, that'll redirect them to the main page.
Awesome. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up, or
Well,
we're happy with that?
the only thing that we didn't mention was that Easy Food is our nucleus, and anywhere that we've been let down by other companies or third party companies, we've ended up putting our own solution in place. So we've, from the starting, it was obviously the tech, and that formed its way and became Easy Marketing. Easy Marketing is now going to be helping restaurants with their social media, their SEO, their web, their tech, their own apps, and billboards and radio and anything else they need. Then on the other side, we were let down by last mile delivery until we found Stuart, but we did actually trial Easy Taxi in the UK. The only problem that we had was the taxi drivers would pull up outside a restaurant, phone the restaurant and say, "I'm outside, come and give me the food." And they'd pull up to the customers and phone the customer and say, "I'm outside, come and get your food." and we said, "No, you can't do that." So we pulled a handbrake up on that. We said, let's get the ride hailing side perfected, and then we'll bring the food delivery in. So right now we've got Easy Taxis live in Dublin, where we're doing all the trials there before rolling it out across the UK. And we've already got 60,000 registered taxi drivers to take on Easy Taxi in the UK. But we just make sure that we do it right, because we've already had a little trip. We want to make sure that we do it properly and go from there. And then lastly, to follow the green energy side, is there's easybike.com. It was meant to be only for pushing to restaurants to have a means of buying bikes, but we thought this name's too good. So we partnered up, and it's now made available to consumers. So electric bikes, push bikes, accessories, we've made it all available on easybike.com. So from Easy Food, and the power of Stelios is gone into a small network, as well as his much larger network.
Cool. There's lots of
bonus.
exciting stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah, lots happening. I think the key message we just want to get across is that there's an opportunity here in such a difficult climate for restaurants to try and claw something back and take control again and start making decisions that are positive for your business rather than putting out fires. Because we've been there, we've seen how hard it is, and we're there now seeing how hard it is. And it's very rare that something comes about that can really make that impact. So we're so excited about it. We've seen it working firsthand. we've met some amazing restaurant owners in this short space of time who are so keen. West Midlands Easy Food is up and running. It's live now. Any other information you want, you can just go to our website. As Jeevan said, you can sign up online. The cost structure is there. It's fixed fee. You know what your overheads are going to be. You know what the cost of each dish is going to be. If you're using your own drivers, it's £1.50 per order. If it's £100 order, it's still £1.50. If it's a £50 order, it's still £1.50. Some of the others, 30-40%. That says everything, I think. So to have delivery on top of that, it's $2.99 for the restaurant, and then the customer will pay for the delivery on their side. So a maximum up to a 2-mile radius, $4.49 for the restaurant in terms of a cost. So whether that's a £100 order or whether it's a £50 order, it will still be £4.49. It won't be 30-40%.
Right now, we need as many restaurants to join to make sure that we can then push the word out for consumers to join. Not just the conventional ways of social media and billboards and TV and radio. And I'll get Harms to share our TV advert. I don't know if you guys have seen that with Brian Blessed and
Yeah.
the Shaman.
Yeah.
But but before we can let all that go out, we need to get the restaurants coverage, and then we can lean on the power of the Easy brand. We've got so many customers with the Easy brand that we can approach as well. We've had to take our time. We've not rushed this through purely because as soon as we partnered with Stelios, we had the whole weight of the Easy brand on our shoulders, and we've got to make sure that we're nice guys, so we're giving restaurants a fair deal, but the brand dictates it to value for money and a fairer deal.
Yeah, so as Jeevan touched, the phase we're in at the minute is restaurant recruitment. Let's get everybody on the platform. Consumer awareness is already there because we're seeing orders coming through all the time. So that will just grow after, but everything's free at the moment. No joining fees. It's free to download the app.
Free to use the app.
It's free to use it. Yeah, it's a great time to join. Get on it while it's early. We'll send one of a team to come in and have a face-to-face meeting with somebody. And
that's a good thing. So it's not a case of go in, shake your hand, wish you luck, and goodbye.
No.
You've got the whole point. I went for that franchise model is that you've got people that care monetary-wise, and making sure that they're helping the restaurant industry out to be in there, helping that restaurant firsthand, week in, week out, as well as giving the restaurant a number of growing tools. The full analytics, the breakdown, the reporting, and we're still, there to listen so they can go to franchise and say, give us their feedback. And we've taken a lot of feedback from restaurants to say, can we have this in, or this would be nice if this was added in. So, we're not there to say we have to do it our way or the highway. We're here to help the restaurants take off.
Yeah, I think it's like an avalanche. Once like a good few start, I think they'll all jump on now. It's a no-brainer for me. I don't understand why more people aren't getting on it fast straight away.
Well, they are, to be honest. They very much are, yeah.
We've been taking on more and more staff just to help cover the
good
data.
Yeah.
And we're currently taking the full advantage of AI. So we've got engineers now looking at easier ways of taking a picture of a menu and automatically populating a listing. So, just to make it even easier, even quicker. So there's always innovation going on, always tech developments going on, but it's a good problem to have. You got lots of restaurants to I think on the last count was around 1,500 restaurants that are just being onboarded. So it's been good.
Yeah, and we've beefed up our team as well. So Easy Food West Midlands, especially the Birmingham area, is ready. And yes, people are signing up every day actually. So it's great news, and we just want to make a few more people aware through this channel, really.
And anyone in the West Midlands, you can email Harms directly on westmidlands@easyfood.co.uk.
Yeah,
we'll put obviously all the links and everything in the show notes.
Amazing.
Thanks for asking us to be a part of this. It's something that we're both really excited about. We both believe in it. We've had people asking about sponsorship for a few years now, and we've kind of held off, not sure about it, but we wanted something that we really believed in, and this year we've found two. We've got obviously Burning Barn, but we've got yourselves, and we think we're just doing the podcast to support restaurants, and we feel like that's what you're doing as well. You're here for the restaurants.
Absolutely.
So thanks for that. Lads.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's the 2 episodes done. Easy Food done. Burning Barn done. I hope you've learned a little bit more about our sponsors. Thanks again to Easy Food, Jeevan, Harm. Really appreciate all their support and making this season of the podcast happen. Obviously, if you're interested in saving money and you want to get involved with Easy Food, make sure you go to our show notes, go to the link, sign up for Easy Food now. Save money, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer.
No.
Thanks again to you, listener. Really appreciate it. Obviously, if you do love what we do, you love hearing these positive Birmingham stories, all these awesome brummies doing awesome things, just tell a friend. Really helps with the algorithm and pushes the positive Birmingham message. See you next week for Ash and Erin.
Yeah, Marine Rabbit, that's a good one.
Nice. Nice.